So the next step, once you get the paper down, and this lower portion was a material that didn't have a backing on it, so that all came off, and that's going to skip right to step 3. But this step 2, where the paper backing is, the next step is to get this wet. You can do it any type of way. You can get a garden sprayer, a pump jug, and spray water on with that. You could even use a garden hose and a controlled sprayer just to get, to get it wet. I'm going to use the roller method, and it's a little tricky and it's a little messy, but the idea is to get this paper good and wet. And you'll see this works out good. I put some soap in it to make it bubble up a little bit, which will help it spread and help it stick to the surface to keep it. Normally it would just run down the wall, but you can see the foam is going to stick to the paper and cause it to absorb. You'll notice it starts to change color as it gets wet. And generally speaking, we'll go around and we'll let it ahead of ourselves for quite a bit. You can even do the whole room. Get it all good and wet. You can also use diff, which is a wallpaper stripper that you add to the water. It has an enzyme in it that will help break down the starch in the wallpaper glue. But we don't generally use it unless we're having a hard time or the paper's not cooperating, coming down. Then we'll get some diff on it, and that usually helps. If that doesn't help, you can use vinegar in the water. That'll also loosen up the starches quicker. So after we've gone around and gotten the room wet, you can see the paper backing will come off. So the more water you get on there and the longer this sits, like see how it's dark in some spots and lighter in some spots. That's the uneven absorption of it. So we're going to give it another coat of water here and give it some more time to absorb in.